not. Hello, I am Sir Cal. I host Geek Source Entertainment, so you don't have to. Yeah, I had someone tell me that I reminded them of the Nostalgia Critic a couple weeks ago, so I thought I'd play into that today. So I do apologize for another episode of clickbait, negative titles, because, well, I'm running a test, and yeah, if you might have seen my channel, you say I have two videos, one saying Captain Marvel crushes the box office, another saying it ruins the MCU. You know, and I'm doing a test, and of course the negative one is pulling away in view count. So, you know, I'm using that clickbait, you know, to get me the views. So give me the views. And then yeah, like, another thing is, you know, I do have to say, if you are one of the ones who don't like Captain Marvel and, you know, you wanted to see it fail and you clicked on my video and you maybe clicked on my last video, I truly apologize. Take this. Yeah. Who am I kidding? All right. So, let's get into it. Obviously, Avengers Endgame, we got a second trailer, and ooh, so hyped. I am so freaking hyped. Yes. And yeah, we don't see too much. A lot of it is actually flashbacks, and with this monochrome and red, kind of color scheme. And yeah, I'm so hyped for this movie. We saw a brief glimpse of Captain Marvel in this movie. I think she looks really good. I liked her short scene with Thor. Yeah, I am very, very, very excited for that. Speaking of Captain Marvel, yeah, it's not. Yeah, boy, it is continuing to crush the box office. Obviously, if you haven't heard, it crushed opening weekend. It opened to like 155 million opening domestically. Internationally, it was like 300 plus million, 455 million. It continues to slay the box office. It had the third best Monday ever in March with $10.98 million and the second best Tuesday ever with $14.6 million. And it did cross $500 million in those days. It brought the MCU $18 billion. Whew. I want to be them right now. Yeah, and I think on Wednesday it crossed $550 million and is expected to bring in about $60 to $70 million on second weekend. So, yeah, Captain Marvel is just crushing the box office. I mean, we don't know for sure how much it'll drop on its second weekend. I think like $60 to $70 million is still like only like a 50 or 60% drop. I don't remember, but you know what the exact numbers were. But it's predicted to still do strong. Like, you know, I mean, the movie only had a budget of $150 million, and it made that back opening day. So, yeah, it is going well. You know, and of course, you know, people are still crying about it. Like, I remember I actually, out of morbid curiosity, drudged through the swamp that is the people that are, you know, critical of this movie and wanting it to fail and all that. And like, oh man, fanboy tears. I love it. You know, I saw a video of like, how Captain Marvel, you know, they're finally admitting reality that actually Captain Marvel is a success. They can't, you know, because for the first couple days there, they were, you know, denying reality and saying it was flopping, even though, you know, Google search was saying otherwise, you know. And I saw a video where it was like, you know, how Captain Marvel's success will, you know, bring in the continued SJW-ness of, Hollywood. And it's like, yeah, because how dare we have more women lead movies. The horror. Honestly, if there's one thing that I feel bad for out of this whole controversy, it's Alita Battle Angel. Because that movie, rather than standing or failing on its own merits, it's now going to be known as the film that butthurt white boys saw to boycott Captain Marvel. And what's funny, absolutely hilarious to me, is the fact that they did so little research, they got all triggered because Brie Larson, made comments that were SJW, and yet, the lead actress on Alita Battle Angel made SJW comments and criticized Trump's border wall. So it's like, we're going to boycott this movie made by an SJW to go see this movie made by an SJW. Okay, whatever. And then of course, like, if what I've read about like discussions is correct, the source material is actually critical of right-wing politics. So,
congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, but enough of Captain Marvel. It is doing well. I am excited for Avengers Endgame, and I am excited for like everything Marvel. I am so pumped. I want to run around this room and just I was there when they dropped the trailer, like legit. I saw the Captain Marvel or the Avengers Endgame trailer and it said posted 5 minutes ago on YouTube, and I was like, yeah, okay. But moving on, we did get another trailer, and that's the Aladdin trailer. Now, as you know, as you can go back and see, I have not been too pleased with the marketing for this movie. However, this trailer was a good trailer. I will say there are still some elements I'm skeptical about. I'm still skeptical about Jafar. He just looks way too pansy-ish to be a bad guy. I'm a little bit skeptical of Aladdin, honestly, because, like, he's almost too pretty boy. Like, Aladdin, I felt like in the animated, he was a pretty boy, but he was like a bad boy with a heart of gold. In this, I just get pretty boy model vibes, and I don't know. I mean, I think he might impress me. I don't know. Everything else about the movie impressed me. I'm really looking forward to Alan Tudyk's Iago. I think that is an interesting choice, and Will Smith as the genie. Actually, I really liked him in this trailer. Like, surprise, surprise, when you actually show a character's personality, it allows us to look past the kind of weird, CGI that they gave the character. And, I think he was the best part of the trailer, and I think it's very possible that, just like with the animated film, the genie's going to be the best part of this film. I'm looking forward to Aladdin, honestly. I'm more excited for it than I am not. And moving on to some interesting industry news, Steven Spielberg has come under fire for criticizing Netflix and essentially wants to change the rules to make it to where Netflix movies can no longer apply for Oscars. And he said, quote, "I don't believe that these films are just given token qualifications in a couple of theaters for less than a week should qualify for Academy Award nominations," he said. And, he said something along the lines of, "I want to see theaters exist forever," something like that. I don't remember the exact quote after that, but, and Netflix said in response, "We love cinema. Here are things we love. Access for people who can't always afford or live in towns without theaters, letting everyone, everywhere enjoy releases at the same time, and giving filmmakers more ways to share art. These things are not mutually exclusive." So the biggest debate that I seem to understand is Steven Spielberg and the few people that agree with him are kind of like, well, we want movies that, apply for Oscars. He does say that movies like Netflix should apply for Emmys instead of Oscars. And, because they're TV movies. My problem with that is I don't think that's fair to the quality of content that Netflix puts out. Like, Roma is just glowing reviews. I haven't seen it myself because I don't have Netflix, but I would love to see it because of just how hyped that movie was. And that was a movie that really excited people. Personally, I mean, there have been studies that show, and if the fear is that, people are going to stop going to theaters if we allow Netflix movies to apply for Oscars, I just don't think that is a valid worry, because it's been shown, in studies shown, that people who stream more go to theaters more. Like, something like 50% of people who, stream, let's see, there was a study recently done that said, that 31% of respondents who went to the theater 9 times or more in the last year, this was conducted late last year, spent at least 15 hours a week streaming. And as the hours streaming went down, the times they went to the theater went down. So I don't think, it just seems like people who stream more like movies more. So they go to the theater more as well. So I don't think that that's a bias or a good founded fear. But we'll see. Many people are like, this was a heavily criticized opinion of Steven Spielberg, so many people don't think a rule change is going to go through, but we'll see. And then we have some recasting news with the DC Universe. Obviously, there's Batman getting recast in the Batman, but in the film that comes out just after or just before, I can never remember the release schedules, but the Suicide Squad sequel, directed by James Gunn, Will Smith, due to scheduling conflicts, is dropping out of the role of Deadshot, and Idris Elba is replacing him. So yeah, that's like literally all we know. And reportedly, the movie's supposed to start shooting in December. But yeah, like, I kind of like this change. Like, I think Idris Elba could really bring something to the role of Deadshot. I can see it. He could be really intimidating in the role. But the problem I have is, like, you just can't convince me that the DC Universe is just still not a mess at this point with so many recasting news going on. Like, the Suicide Squad is still up in the air. It's like, is this a sequel? Is it a reboot? It seems to be more or less a sequel due to the fact that it seems like they're bringing Harley Quinn and Deadshot back. But who knows? Like, And then in other DC news, this will be our last news for the week, is Arrow is coming to an end after Season 8. Season 8 will run through the 2019 through 2020 season, and it will air 10 episodes and will end after that point. And the executives, Mark Guggenheim, Greg Berlanti, and Beth Schwartz, said in a statement, "This was a difficult decision to come to, but like every hard decision we've made for the past 7 years, it was with the best interests of Arrow in mind. We are heartened by the fact that Arrow has birthed an entire universe of shows and will continue for many years to come, and we're excited about crafting a conclusion that honors the show, its characters, and its legacy, and are grateful to all the writers, producers, actors, and more importantly, the incredible crew that has sustained us and the show for over 7 years." And Stephen Amell commented on Twitter, "Playing Oliver Queen has been the greatest professional experience of my life, but you can't be a vigilante forever. There's so much to say. For now, I just want to say thank you." So, I've had a up and down relationship with Arrow. I haven't watched it for the past couple of years. I liked the first 2 or 3 seasons. Didn't like season 4, liked season 5, and just they moved in creative direction from that, around season 4 and with season 6 and stuff. And season 7, I just haven't really liked what I've heard about the show, and I have no interest in watching it. But congratulations to everyone involved on the show for a good run. However, there is a sneaky part of me that suspects that DC might have something to do with this, because as anyone knows, they've had creative conflicts with the rights to characters in before, with I think like characters like Deuce the Suicide Squad, for example, reportedly not being allowed after like season 3 due to the movie coming out around the same time. I think there was problems with Deathstroke as well, and with Black Canary entering the DCEU in Birds of Prey, it wouldn't shock me that maybe they're planning something for Green Arrow as well in this universe, and so maybe DC said, okay, nix it. I don't know. I don't want to jump the gun, but I do have a sneaky suspicion. That's just a feeling I have. I could be very wrong. It could just be that they wanted to end the show, that they felt like it was time to end it. Some people have said the show has been canceled. I don't think that doesn't look to be the case, but maybe it is. But yeah, like, as much as I didn't really care for where the show went after the first couple seasons, I still congratulate and am happy for the cast and crew that had, such a successful run. And yeah, I hope for the best for everyone involved. And that does conclude the stories for the week. Let me know what you think. I am very excited for things to come, especially with Marvel. I think, I think Avengers Endgame is going to be the movie of the summer, if not the year. I guess we'll see. There's Star Wars Episode 9 coming out. And that's going to be the conclusion of this Skywalker saga in Disney. So let's see which one is bigger. But yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a like. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GeekSource on both. And yeah, I will see you later. You know, I've been defending Disney products, Star Wars and Captain Marvel and all this stuff. I've been defending them and their honor for so many weeks. It's like, where's that Disney shill money I was supposed to get? Oh look, I got an email from him. What's this? Dear Sir Cal, we write to inform you that defending Star Wars Captain Marvel does not grant any monetary reward. No! So give me the view, 'cause I want the view. So give me the view.